Shalom, shalom. Happy Sabbath. Back with another one when you thought it was going to be another one. Let's get it. Don't get your candle blew out like this. Today, going over we better than them, and they know it. We better than them, and they know it. We, the salt of the earth. I should have put we are. We, the salt of the earth. They not like us. Let me change that real quick. Let me change that. Damn. Edit my banner real quick. We are the salt of the earth. So we are the salt of the earth. I had to change it real quick for it. All right. So now this class was inspired by when I was at the plantation. Right? This damn Moabite gonna come up to me talking about my hair, right? But I just noticed these heathens, bro, they be looking at us. You go pump your gas, you be at the store, you be at the mall, somewhere they be looking, you know. This would inspire the class because they be looking, they know we better than them. They know it. So they be steering. And that's what I'm about to go through because this is nothing new. It always been like this. And I'm gonna show you. In the time of Adam, they've been through the same stuff. Watch. Happy Sabbath, y'all. Let's get to the scripts. Let me get to the scripts. So I'm going to show you about Adam. We're going to go through a couple of our forefathers and show how the heathens was hating on them because they knew we're better. Salt of the earth. So look, Ezekiel 31. So this is like a parable about Adam. It give you a glimpse of the Garden of Eden, right? Watch this. So as you know, men is comparable as trees, right? So watch this. Ezekiel 31 verse 8. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. So this him is talking about Adam. Now, hold on, let's start up. I'm just going. No, let's start from 7. Thus was he fair in his greatness. So Adam was fair in his greatness, in the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs. So this is saying that other people were not like him. And the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty. So it says, nor any trees, nor any nation in the garden of Eden was like unto him in his beauty. Let's read verse 9. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden, so all the people of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him. So that's how you know it's talking about man, because trees don't envy. So they envied him, just like they envy us today. That's where racism comes from. Racism comes from them envying us. Racism comes from us jumping higher than them. Jumping higher than them. We jump higher than them. We run faster than them. We cook better. We look better. We do everything better, right? That's why they gotta lie, cheat, and steal, and we still be beating them, right? They know that. We do everything better. So let's read the last part again. That were in the Garden of Eden. No, I'm just gonna read the whole verse 9 again. I have made him fair. So the Most High made the children of Israel fair. This is our lineage, right? We come from that lineage. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him. They all envy us. But they say black don't crack. They say black don't crack. You know, we can't tell our age, you know, especially if we take care of ourselves. You can't tell our age. They age very bad. This is facts. These are facts. Let me get Deuteronomy, the classic. 76. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're above spiritually and physically. This is why they hate us. This is why the nations hate us. But they shouldn't be mad at us. Be mad at the Most High. He made us this way. We woke up like this. Damn, we woke up like this. We woke up like this. Shalom, everybody. Family, Tisa, Grace, Deb. We the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth. They not like us. Someone, hold on. Con, they know it and they always have. They always will. She says, someone thought I was 25 yesterday. Like, nah, I'm 41. Black don't crack. Damn right. You can't tell. See? Salt of the earth. That's why I said, man, I be at the plantation, man. They be hating. They be hating. Like I said, you go to the store, whatever. They be looking at you because we are the author of beauty. Let me get that real quick. Hey, we're the closest they will get to God. You know, we are the closest. They don't want to hear that either, but it's the truth. You know, and you gotta understand, put yourself in their shoes. I would be mad too if the creator, if the creator of heaven and earth, which made all things, he even made you, he decided to make you a heathen and made these people the best. You would be envious too. You be like, damn, why did I have to be made like this? You know? Why? So hey, it is what it is, man. You gotta take that up with the creator. You gotta take that up with the creator, you know? Wisdom of Solomon 13:3. With those beauty, if they delighted, took them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord them is. This is what I want right here, the last part. For the first author of beauty have created them. So we know, I ain't even going to get those scriptures. We know what the ancient of days, you already know. He got that pure wool. Son of God, pure wool. You know, that melanin. That what it say look like a sardine stone. Go to Revelation 4, sardine stone. You know, you go to Revelation 1 and 14. So dark looked like he was burnt in a furnace. You go to Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. Talks about calmly and beautiful, right? It's King Solomon, right? King David's son. So come on, that's the author of beauty right there. That's the prototype. That is the prototype. Let's get that. Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So when he created us in his own image, it was looking, it was looking like the prototype was the wool melanated. Look, 26. And God said, let us, the angels too, the us, make man in our image after our likeness. He'll start right there. He said, let us make, he said, he made us to look like him. Watch this. The people be like, well, what's his name? Abraham wasn't, he wasn't an Israelite, right? So what did he look like? I want to show you what Abraham looked like. Damn, where's I'm gonna show you what Abraham looked like. Isaiah 48. And Adam and all of them. Adam wasn't an Israelite, right? Watch this. Isaiah 48:1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah. Right? It says come out the waters of Judah. That means that's like the prototype, the waters, the pool of Judah, the look of Judah. It says, hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by my name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah. The prototype look, it is what it is. The author of beauty had the pure wool, is written, is recorded, melanated. So y'all that don't got the pure wool, that's Israel, don't worry, you will get it in the kingdom. But, you know, it is what it is. It's the prototype. It's the prototype. Everything come from this way. It's the prototype. Shalom, Gideon. They can't do nothing to the Most High. Yep, I was just saying that too. They can't do nothing to the Most High, so they take it out on us. Right. They can't do nothing to him, so they take it out on us. That's in Joel. I think Joel 3, where he says, you have taken my, what do you say? You taken my my jewelry, you know, salt of the earth. They think we still listen to them and blown away and distraught that we don't listen to them. Right. Shalom, get in. You look so truth, and they know it. They copy all that we do. Khan, I wouldn't choose nothing on being a black man, Jew, Israelite. Off top, bro. Would it be crazy if you woke up, if the Most High made you a Moabite with chinky eyes? That would be crazy. Or worse, an Edomite. So we gotta thank the Most High that He made us this way. You know, because the chances are that you be a heathen are high. You know, he could have made you a damn Edomite Russian or something. You could have been in Russia right now, hella cold, fighting some damn Ukrainians. Oh my God, I would jump off a bridge. As they have to look to their God, slave master, when our rulership happens, right or no? Hold on, what you saying? As they have to look to their God, us. So they're gonna look to us, slave master, and our rulership, right? Oh yeah, you're right. Hell yeah, they're gonna look after us. We're their gods. Yeah, you're right. They're gonna look to us. I would cry. I would cry if I was a heathen nation. Man, you should cry and get to your nearest bridge. If I woke up as a heathen, I would cry and get to the nearest bridge and jump. Or I would just I wouldn't even hesitate. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even do this. I would just boom, no hesitation. Boom, no hesitation. Boom, no hesitation. You woke up as any other heathen. That's what they all should do. You might as well just boom. Just that's why they do be doing it. You know, because we probably gonna have to stop them from doing that. When everything hits the fan, we're gonna have to stop them from offering this. So we're gonna have to resurrect them because we need slaves. We are gonna have to resurrect the heathen because they're gonna be like, this life is not worth living. I think I could get that to me. I think it's in Revelation. Watch this. Watch this. Look, I'm about to get that real quick. Revelations. Revelation. Revelation. The book of Revelation. Chapter 9. Look, 9 and verse 6. And in those days, men shall seek death. When they find out that they're heathens, they're going to be enslaved by who they call the Negroes. They're going to be like, oh hell no. They're going to be offering themselves left and right. If they off themselves off of losing their job, if they off themselves off of financial problems, what you think they're going to do when they really find out that it's over? It says, and in those days, men shall seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. We're going to have to resurrect them. We're going to have power. You're going to have to resurrect Billy. You're going to have to resurrect Karen. You're going to have to resurrect Becky. She's going to jump. Her body going to shatter. You have to put her body back together. Like, no, you're not escaping this slavery. You feel me? You're going to Shazam. No, bring your ass back. You're going to have to put her in constraints. You're going to have to put her, we're going to have to put them on suicide watch. You got work to do. Remember, and look, check this out. Remember, we was doing it. They said they're gonna get double. We was jumping off the ships, getting ate by sharks, throwing our babies, throwing the baby over. Ugh, you ain't enslaving my baby. They had to force us to eat, right? They had to knock your teeth out, we was trying to poison ourselves. So what do you think they're not going to do that? Yes, they are. But in our case, we're going to have powers to resurrect them. So that's going to be way different, way better. They couldn't resurrect us. Remember they tried to put them safety nets on the boats, on the ships? We was jumping off. Theirs is gonna be worse because we, like I said, we got powers. It ain't no jumping off no shit. It ain't no poisoning yourself. It ain't none of that. You're about to get this slavery for thousands. And the days are going to be longer. It's going to be brutal. Brutal. Off top. Off top. I mean, so my advice to a heathen, your best bet is just to obey and you try to get like a good position before you get knocked off. You know, kind of like the coons of our people. That's all they do. They just try to get a good, cool little position. Like Jay-Z said, we're still nigga. But, you know, you could be a coon and live somewhat happy. Right? Somewhat happy. So, like I said, they're not like us. They're not like us. Let's show Judith. Let's go to Judith. We're gonna go through some foremothers, and just show that how beautiful our people are and was. Judith 10. Okay, look. The book of Judith in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 19. And they wondered. Look, this is talking about the heathen. It's talking about the heathen. It says, and they wonder at her beauty. This is what they be doing. They be wondering at your beauty. When they be looking at you in the store, when they be looking at you at the mall, when they be looking at you at the gas station, when they be looking at you at the plantation, they wondering at your beauty. See, the Bible is so beautiful because it lets you know the psyche of men. It's a cheat code. It lets you know what people are thinking. They envy you. And it said they wonder at her beauty and admired the children of Israel because of her. And everyone said to his neighbor, they're like this, damn, she's bad. She's bad. Who would despise this people that they have among them such women? It's like, he said women. It just ain't talking about her. It's talking about the rest of them, all of them. He said their women is bad. Surely it is not good that one man of them be left. So they're like, man, we gotta kill all these guys so we could take these women who being let go might deceive the whole earth. They said, man, their women could deceive the whole earth. They look so bad. They so bad. That's letting you know what the heathen think. Let's go to Susanna. Let's go to Susanna. 131. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold. And these wicked men, to look, catch up to speed. No, let's go to 28 real quick. Catch up to speed. They was trying to run a train on Susanna, right? And she wasn't having it, so they came to try to knock her off. And it came to pass the next day, verse 28, when the people were assembled to her husband, Ikeum, or I think it's Joe. I don't know what. You guys see it now. I can't pronounce it. Shoot. The two elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death, and said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias. I can't pronounce his name, her husband, right? And they said, and so they sent. Verse 31. For 31. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold. So we got Judith, we got Susanna, and these wicked men commanded to uncover her face. So they obviously had her face covered. They about to, I believe, hang her, and they wanted to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. They wanted to see her one last time. Imagine that. She's probably crying. I'm quite sure she ain't dolled up or nothing. They probably had her locked up for a second, chained up, but they still wanted to see her. They're like, man, she's bad, right? And this is the elders, the Israelites. There's not no heathens. You feel me? So that's Susanna. That's Judith. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna keep going. Shalom, Andrea. Shalom, sis. We're gonna get some more. Let's go to Samuel. Let's go to Saul. King Saul the Benjamite. And had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man, and a goodly. And there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. So Saul will be what they call tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome. He was goodly. It says not nobody was like him. He was higher than the rest of them. Tall, dark, and handsome. This is the first king of Israel, a Jamaican today. Who would you call Jamaican? A Benjamite. That's Saul. Let's get some more. Let's get King David. This is King David. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance. You see the pattern? Our people are beautiful. Ruddy is a nice complexion. Nice red tint complexion. And withal of a beautiful countenance, a good and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. So it said it was goodly to look to. Right? Let's get his son. Let's get his son. 2 Samuel 14, 25. But in all Israel, there was none to be so much praised as Absalom for his what? For his beauty. From the sole of his foot even to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him. So it's the sole of his foot. So he didn't have no corns, no nothing on his feet. Right? His feet was It said from the sole of his foot even to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him. And when he polled his head, for it was at every year's end that he polled it. So that means weighed his hair, because the hair was heavy on him. Therefore he polled it. He weighed the hair of his head at 200 shekels after the king's height. So he had a long woolly hair. That they be hating on our hair too. They be hating on our art. They be hating on our artwork. That we can do different things with our hair. The heathens hate it. The heathen gonna tell me today. The Moabite gonna tell me today. He said, "Man, you should cut your locks, cause it makes sense what he said. Cause you got sweat dripping on the boxes. First, what are you talking about? My hair? What the hell are you talking about? You hater." FYI, I have a lawsuit from these Edomites who are saying my hair look like Predator. Me and another brother, Dreads, or we're gonna say Dreads. We're gonna say Locks. And Edomite said the same thing. He said, "You guys should cut that. It looked like Predator." Guess what? That's gonna cost you 100,000 for that statement. That's gonna cost you 100,000. Hair is a protected class under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. See, they don't think we know. No, Title VII, man. Check it out. Title VII, 1964. Google it. Do you Googles, man. Hair is a protected act. And you're going to pay. You're going to pay. And then we're going to do the work of the Lord more with the 100 racks and put it in the ministry. Come. So let's get Job. So we got King David, Saul, Susanna, Judith, the author of beauty, the Most High, right? And we ain't even gonna get the Ancient of Days and Christ and all that. You guys already know that. You guys already know. Who did I say? Oh, I said Job. I said Job. The last chapter of Job. You know, Job children got offed, but look what happened. Job 42:15. And in the land were no women. Hey, this is a common denominator. It keeps saying there was nobody like them. And this is just saying on a upscale. Like they was bad, beautiful. But that don't mean the rest of the people wasn't. They were still bad. Our whole nation is. 15. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. So it said there was no, it says daughters. It says there were no women found. No women found. Unlike righteous Judas, our Gentile women as cast a spell of their beauty on the heathen world. Right. That's why you're right. They blinding their hair because they don't know. They don't know. They think Esau's the author of beauty. You know, they done flipped everything upside down. So, you know, that's why they got the leprous hair. They bleaching their skin. You know, but it's slowly coming back, and it's going to come back. It's slowly, and it's going to come back. God, yeah, I ain't gonna cut it. I just be laughing at these heathens. They be hating. They just mad because they got dog hair, and we got the wool. They got the dog hair, and we got the wool hair. Yeah, I went through this stuff pretty fast, man. I went through this stuff pretty fast. The scriptures have men of all nations lusting after them. Right. Cheetah, you changed your profile. All praises. See? Women looking beautiful. All praises. Black don't crack. Black don't crack. Look at this. What scripture will I go to? Oh, yeah. Look at Christ in his glory. Watch this. Second Esdras. Chapter 2 in verse 43. That's a future prophecy that Edris was seeing. Look, let's start 42. I, Edris, saw upon the Mount Zion. So he said, see, he said, I saw a great people whom I could not number. You already know who he's talking about. Revelation 7 and 9 precept. That's the sand of the sea. And they all praised the Lord with songs. So they were singing. And in the midst of them, there was so right there singing, big old circle. In the middle of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. So Christ, that's Christ, Son of God. He was tall with the wool in his glory. Look, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? Edgar was like, man, what's going on over here? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now they are crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowned, that's crowneth them? So he said, who's that dude in the middle? And give them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God. Dang, that's crazy. He says the Son of God. All right, people we talking about Christ ain't in the Old Testament. He says the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. And hold on, I read that over. So I haven't read this in a long time. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. It's crazy. It's the Son of God. He didn't say it's God. He said it's the Son of God that's doing all that. That's dope. I'm just going to get Daniel. Oh, hold on. I forgot one. Let's get Daniel. I was going Daniel anyway. I was going to get the Ancient of Days, but let's get this. Daniel 1 and 4. So this is Daniel. Oh, let me see something. So this is when they kidnapped Daniel and them guys. So look, the children in whom was no blemish. They said Daniel in those they had no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom. They were smart and cunning in knowledge and understanding science. So not only are we beautiful, we smart people, right? We smart. And such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning in the tongue of the Chaldeans. You got to think, King Solomon knew all things, right? King Solomon, let's get that real quick. Do you don't think he passed it down to us? What is it? Wisdom of Solomon? I think it's 7. I believe it's 7. He had given me certain knowledge. Yeah, 7 and 17. For he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operations of the elements, the beginning, ending, in the midst of the times, the alteration of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures. See, that's why we don't be dealing with them animals. You see Edomites doing that, getting ate up, because This knowledge was passed on and passed on and passed on to leave them guys alone. Esau didn't get passed on to him. That's why he began to toe up. And the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversity of plants. As you know, like our ancestor, we knew about plants, and we still do. You know, you got your Dr. Sebes and stuff. You know, Esau didn't know. They was getting that stuff from us. We was telling them what to do, and then now they want to act like they know. Like in chattel slavery, they would take our stuff and patent it and stuff, but they was getting that stuff from us because it passed down. We had all that. In the virtues of roots, right? We knew what roots to use, what not to use, you know. And all such things that are secret or manifest, them I know. So King Solomon knew all this. He passed it down, passed it down. You know how it goes. Start from the top, pass it down. And we had all that ism. We had all that ism. All right, let me go back to Daniel. Let me go back to the book of Daniel. The author of beauty, Most High. And I beheld, this classic, one of my favorite scriptures. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. This is the God Almighty, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair, of his head like the pure wool. The hair of his head, hold on. The hair of his head like the pure wool. Right? The hair that they hate. His throne was like the fiery flame, and the wheels as burning fire. What's the other one? 10. And what's the other one? Daniel. Now let's go to Revelation. Revelation 4. Let's start from 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. So if you look up them stones are brownish. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. And round about the throne was 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. And they look just like they look like sardine stones too. You know, they look like sardine stones too. Let me get Ezekiel real quick. Look at the angel. Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, and a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a bright imp was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. See, the color of amber. Oh, let me get 7. Let's jump to 7. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Once again, brown. Brown. Yeah, how about Shimmy? I was shot. Tell him, sis. It says wisdom is richer than anything. Wisdom of Solomon 8:5 prices, right? Again, let me get that. Wisdom of Solomon. You know, sis be pulling those. She be pulling them. Hold on. She said Wisdom of Solomon 8. Man, the heathen be trying to work me, man. So I just came up with this class. I came up with this little lesson at the plantation at the drop of a dime. You know, I don't be having much time to be prepared lately, but I still do it. All praise to the Most High. You know, the heathen came over to my little station, Hayden, and I was just looking. You know, all the things this week, I was just looking like, you know what? I'm a just build off of. Hey, what is the class called? They know we're better than them. Cause he know we better than them. I forgot what the name of the class. We better than them, and they know it. Yeah, that's why you coming over. You know, hating because you know we're better than you. You know I'm better than you. If okay, Wisdom Solomon 8 and 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that work all things? Exactly. That's why it says we are rich. I know thy poverty, but we are rich. So yeah, we better than them. All praises. It was good. It was good. It was good. Thank you for coming tonight. All praises to Most High. Con. But yeah, the little heathen, you know, and there's one look, there's one little heathen man, like I think he's Ukrainian or something. But yeah, so we be changing. We gotta change into a little uniform, right? We gotta change to the uniform. And I don't be changing in front of them guys. I don't care. I'll be late. I let them guys go first, right? And they be like, "Why are you coming up late?" I'm like, "Oh, I gotta wait for everybody else. It's too much foot traffic, you know." So every time I be changing, the little Ukrainian, every time I'm changing my pants, I notice he always hit the corner and want to talk and say something. And I'm like, dude, why are you every time I'm changing my pants, you always so happen to hit the corner, you know, and say some stupid stuff, like something that could wait, you know, like oh you see the game or whatever, like bro, chill, we can talk about that later, you know. I'm changing right now, and then this how I knew he was a fruit, awesome weird stuff. One time washing my hands, he come up, he behind me, and he's like, hey, handsome, cool guy. I'm like, what? Who the hell? Who comes out the blue in the bathroom, called another man handsome, cool guy? So I'm like, so I'm putting all the things together. Mind you, he been doing it for years about the little coming hitting the corners. I'm like, this dude. I'm like, bro. Ugh. I'm like, see, we gotta get out of here because these heathens. You got the heathens lusting after you, men and women. Crazy. The Moabite dude, he kept looking over. He think he's cool, right? That's when he come over and say, "Hey man, good, you should cut your hair." Where did that even come from? Why are you even looking at me, bro? He gonna come back over too and say, "Oh, I thought black people. Hey, this is racist. This is why you gotta can these heathens on these jobs and make them pay 100,000." He gonna say, "I thought black people work fast." I'm like, I just ignore him. But what does that even mean? I thought black people work fast. What are you talking about, bro? I'm chilling. And when that's how you know you're just making stuff up and just want to say something, but they're hating because they're heathens and we're better than them. We're better. I endure all of your mighty lessons. I write down all your lessons to water. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Because, I would have never thought I'd be teaching the Bible. And people would, I don't care if it's one person, two people be listening. I would have never thought I could go toe to toe with a damn pastor and bust him and with this book. We know this book better than them heathens. I mean, not the heathens. Yeah, heathens and the pastors of our people. Yeah, he is a creep, a pervert. Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, at like every time I was thinking, I'm like, bro, it ain't no coincidence. I had my locker. It was behind. It was all the way in the back. Behind it had this big old thing blocking it, and he was on the other side of it. But he timed it right every time. I'm like, no, bro, I must have beat you, boy. I must have hit you in the head with my backpack. In Rome, they used to get down in those bathhouses, right? Go in the restroom and change. Con. She said they had them bathhouses. But yeah, we better than them, and they know it. Did I get Esther? I don't think I got Esther. Hold on, we forgot Esther. We can't forget Esther. So we got Susanna, Judith, Absalom, Saul, David, Daniel, um, Job daughters, and we forgot Esther, Hadassah. We forgot Hadassah. Oh, Hadassah, yeah, this is Tisa. We forgot Hadassah. How can we forget Hadassah? How can we forget Hadassah? And he brought up Hadassah. That is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful. She was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. So she was fair and beautiful. Hadassah, a slave named Esther, as in Easter, Esther, Astaroth, right? But she was Hadassah. All praises. So we just showed you, man. We just showed you all our people. You still got what's his name? Samson. Samson was a mighty one. He said, the strength is in my hair. Samson said, the strength is in my hair. Song of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black. He said, I am black, but calmly means beautiful. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. He said they're black. Tents of Kedar, black, dark. It's over, man. We close the book. Close the book. It's over. We are the best. Period. Point blank. They know it. They know it. So it was awesome to know that after all we are going through, that Yahweh chose us. Big G Bar. Tisa Hadassah chose us, and we better than them, and they know it. Yeah, we better than them, and they know it. Everybody be trying to hang you, chop you up, do crimes against you, lie on you, burn down the city. All of it stems from when we go back to Ezekiel 31, 8 and 9, when it says they all envied him. That's where crafty counsel came from. The first crafty counsel was the fall of Adam, right? Crafty counsel was the fall of Adam, was when they plotted on Eve, right? Yeah, that's why you got to really go dive deep into the Genesis, into the garden. It was going down with the serpent and the rest of the heathens. That boy, like when I be on the plantation, I be with all nations, and it just gives me like sparks and flashbacks of like how I know it was back there. When it says all the other trees, like I'm with all the other trees, and I'm the only Judite, right? The rest are Asian, or let me use their biblical name. The rest are Moabites and Edomites, and a few. I want to say a little bit of North. No, it's just Edomites and Moabites. And like look, the Edomite going. This all happened today too. The other Edomite gonna come to me. This older dude, Edomite, man, he gonna come. He was like, oh man, he was like, man. He said something like, what did he say? Oh, he said like he gonna call me a nickname or something. He gonna call me a nickname. What did he say? He said something. Cause my government name is a country, right? So he was like, and in that country, they make, I guess they make microchips in that country. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna call you Chip. Want to know why? Because in that country they make the best chips. But he said it was a corny ass joke. But he was like, well, I hope you're not offended because you're bigger than me. You're big and real brolic. You look at your arms, man. You're big and you could really kick my ass. I'm just looking at him. I'm like, you over here grabbing my shoulder, like, oh, he's a big buck. Oh my God. Like, I'm just like, you can't make this stuff up. These guys just coming with all these they're checking you out, checking out your size, your shoulder width, checking out your hair. It's like, that's why I came up with the class. We better than them, and they know it. Because how I be coming up with these classes a lot of times, I either have them written already, or maybe something that happened in the news where I might build off of it during the week, or it may be something that just happened while I was walking or driving or something. And this one just came up. I'm just like, these heathens keep coming up to me and saying little things because we chosen. You know, it's a beautiful thing to understand you're chosen, but keep the commandments. All praises. Keep the commandments. You don't be chosen and be nuke food. Mm-hmm. I feel amazing knowing that the one great, spectacular, awesome, and wonderful thing that most all our folks want, they can't have, but we can. All praise to the Most High. We got that blessing. That's the thing. We got the blessing. We got the blessing. See, Esau, when he sold his birthright, he didn't understand that even though it was already written, but that it comes with. Cause look, Africans, Hamites got melanin, but our melanin looks better. It's crazy how the Most High do that. Like he just make us glow and look better. It's crazy. Like you got heathens. Like it was funny because this one heathen, I think he was a Moabite. He was next to me, and I'm looking at his complexion. I'm like, man, we're the same complexion. I'm just making a mental note. I'm like, we're the same complexion, but my skin look better. You know, like if you was to just look at our arms, like we would put our arms together and you just take a picture, it you could tell their skin is different from some, like you could be like, but it looks the same, but it ain't the same. It's weird, right? It's weird. Our skin glow better, look better. It glow and it look better. But yeah, it was a little quick lesson. Final thoughts. Final thoughts is we not that soul. We got that soul glow. But yeah, final thoughts is we better. Period. They know it. Over from all praise to the Most High that we are the children of Israel. Whatever happened to them ear hustling on you? Did anything else come out of that? Oh, the young thugger. When they try to young thug me. Nope. They chopped it up. Let me see what they. You know what? I became famous. I'm gonna tell you that. Everybody, they. You know how people gossip. They don't know. Like I told you, the conversation was about chicken, but you know how people gossip. They think I was saying some crazy stuff, and they think I got away with murder. They're like, so everybody's like, oh, like he went up against the system and they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing against him, and they're just making up stuff what they think I said. But I really didn't even say nothing. But I let them think what they want to think. But yeah, I guess they just noted it in my file and said, yeah. But they tried to say I said something derogatory about a woman, but no, I didn't. I was talking about some damn chicken. I don't know what I said derogatory, but yeah, that little young thug situation. Hey, nothing happened. Nothing happened. But this little Edomite lady, she was telling me, even though I already know this, she be trying to lace me. She thinks she's like a lawyer or something. Which I'm like, I just play dumb. But I'm like, she's like, they can't use that against you. That's against your civil rights. They can't use the recording against you. That's against your civil rights, brother. She said. She said, brother, they can't use it against you. I'm like, duh. I ain't worried if they want to. G-Bar ain't no sucker. I get down with the get down. You feel me? Our melanin is like shiny and glowy. Theirs is like dusty and dry. Right, and ashy. You forgot ashy in that joint. It's dusty, dry, and ashy. And them, as a matter of fact, Hamites, bro. Them Hamites be there too in the plantation. They are something else. Cause we be wearing. Sometimes they be wearing masks, and so all you see is a melanated like upper part. And I could tell it's a Hamite just off of this, and because they're super jealous. Like they don't even speak at all. You know, they don't speak at all. They walk right past you. Like sometimes like I be on these little hiking trails and stuff, and I'll pass like a Hamite, and they won't say nothing. And it's like, but sometimes you don't know it's a Hamite. You just see some melanin, and then you look back and go, "Oh, it's a Hamite." You can tell, but they don't even speak or nothing. You know, I'd be like, "Yeah, if a damn cougar come out here and bite you, I ain't saving you. I ain't saving you. A cougar come out these damn bushes, yeah, I'm gonna act like I don't know you." Enjoy the lessons, and we are better, and it will get more better. Lord's will. Off top, it's gonna get better. We win in the end. Remember that. Always remember that. We win in the end. We can endure to the end and get to on them chariots. Shotgun. We get shotgun chariots. If there's no policy that you sign off on as to car hustling, then they can't. Exactly. That's what they were saying too. You was on your break in your personal car. In your car. Like, yes. And yeah, I didn't sign nothing. And the proper thing to do would have been not to listen to the whole 15 minutes. Proper thing would have do, or you could have paged me on the thing and said, hey, turn your thing off. Or, so yeah, they can't do nothing. The only thing they had, they tried to say, I was saying the N word, and they were like, we got a zero tolerance. Dude, yeah, he was a Moabite too. He just wanted to say it too. He like the word nigga. You cannot say the word nigga. You cannot say the word nigga. It's zero tolerance. The word nigga. I'm like, look, little Moabite, why you keep saying it? You think you got to pass and say it down because of this situation? Just say you can't say the N word. He was like, he's all short. You can't say the word nigga. That's a zero tolerance. You can't say the word. You hear me? You can't say the word nigga. That's a zero tolerance. That word bad. I said, why you keep saying it though? I'm looking at this dude getting a kick out of this. Getting a kick out of this, you Moabite. But hey, this was crazy because I didn't give a damn what they did, anyways. Hey, do what you do. Do what you do because it's all of the Most High. At the end of the day, it's all of the Most High. See, when you build that faith up, man, you don't give a damn about nothing. Do what you do. I'm gonna be all right. Always. Always. Ear hustling, the spell correction doesn't work properly. This spell. Oh yeah. Yeah, the ear hustling. And you know what I think they was trying to do? Now that I think back, I think they was probably trying to see if I was like doing drugs or something because they said something about this other Jake. They said he be going to his car and he be having smoke coming out of his car and stuff. So they probably was trying to see if I was smoking and choking and stuff like that. That's what they was trying to. I think that's why they was listening. They was trying to see if I what I was doing. I remember this other dude, Mike. I always go to my car, to get away from them. I go to my joint. So I'm in Edomite. He was like, yeah, you're going in there to smoke. And I'm just like, if you only knew, boy, I don't smoke nothing. I'm going in here to get it the hell away from you guys, But everybody know that. Like if you know me out here, everybody know I don't smoke. I didn't even smoke in the world. So that's what I'm known for. I'm known for not smoking at all, even in the world. So that's why it's a laughable. So I'm like, oh, he's about to go smoke. He's about to go do this and that. We're gonna listen. So nah, man. They don't got nothing on me. Probably ain't nothing happen. You try to young thug me. I was going to put Ashy too. That's the spear. That's the spear. You already know they got Ashy. Dry, it's cracked. You know, there's this one. I work with this one, either Egyptian. You know, the true Egyptians are Sudan, but and he got an Egyptian name too. I'm like, bro, they call him Midnight. He's so black. His name really They call him Midnight. They like, you talking about Midnight? That boy is black as hell. He looked like a damn locked player. Like seriously. Like sometimes I'll walk by and he literally looked like a shadow. Like all jokes aside, he looked like a locked somebody. Like you know how you gotta unlock a player and it be black silhouette. That's how he looks. Literally, he looked like a walking locked player. They say he's from Sudan, but you know the Egyptians. You know that's Egyptian. Egypt want to know your business so bad, right? Exactly. You know, try to get a blemish on you. The only thing they had was me talking regular, like how I talk, you know, like Trump said, locker room talk, you know. I was just saying the N word. That's all. And SHIT, which I'm in my own car. Tell them all by that you're going to write him up now. Exactly. Exactly. But I just be taking notes, sis. I be taking notes of everything. I write all that stuff down. I write all that stuff down. That's how I'm about to can these other guys. I got a lot of stuff. Civil suits. Tell him that now he said the word more than you, and that's a record with the company. Right. And not only he, two of them did that. Because they said this Eve got fired for for saying the word. But when he was telling me, the dude, God knew I know the Eve was gone before I even got there. But I know the Eve, right? And it was like, I was like, where little girl at? He was like, oh, she got fired. She got fired for saying the word nigga. I'm like, why'd you just say it? And he said, yeah, you can't say the word nigga. And she said it. But I'm just like, bro, these guys is corny. Just like you can't say the word goonk, huh? Can you say the word goonk? Or what's the other word they call them? Chink. You can't say chink, huh? Everybody, oh. That's his point. Next time, rep your man. Danielle, all praise to the Most High. Shalom says, hopefully you're doing better. Shalom. But yeah, man, you know, final thoughts is we better, you know, all praise to the Most High. And we win in the end. Happy Sabbath. All praise is good. Hang in there, sis. Hang in there. But yeah, happy Sabbath. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. And until next time, we're gonna catch back up. Have a good Sabbath. Have a good rest of the week. You know, all praise to the Most High and His Son for another one. Shalom.